studying all the hundreds and thousands of Upanishads, they say 10 Upanishads should take care. Isha, Kena, Kata, Mundaka, Mandukya, Aitreya, Taittiriya, Prashna, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. Instead of studying all 10, study one Upanishad, Mandukya. That's enough, it is said. Therefore, people have written commentaries, called bhashyas, after that karikas and others. So that's the one we are now trying to do this thing. So read and follow. Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karne Shrunuyaam Devaah Bhadram Pashyema Akshabhir Yajatraha Sthirairangaihi Tushtuvam Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitai Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starksho Arishtanemihi Swastino Bruhaspatir Dadhato Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The meaning is Karnebihi Bhadram Shrunuyama. Let us hear all auspicious things. Seeing the same divinity, hearing the same divinity everywhere. Because everywhere it is divinity pervading, so we must do that. While performing all our actions, sacrifices, karma yoga, everything, let us see auspicious things everywhere with the eyes. And worshipping and praising the gods with steady limbs, may we enjoy life that is beneficial to gods, that is to be in tune with nature. Then we seek the blessings from Indra, the Lord of gods in heaven. Then we seek the blessing from Pushan, the supremely rich, all-knowing God of earth. Then Garuda as Vayu, the fast-moving, removing all evils. Brahaspati, the teacher of Indra and all gods, to ensure us with our welfare. Peace inside, peace in the immediate surrounding, peace throughout the universe. That's the meaning. Om Ityetadaksharamidam sarvam Tasyopavyakyanam Bhutam Bhavat Bhavishyaditi Sarvamunkara Yachanyat Trikalatitam Tadapi Omkara Eva. So this everything is nothing but Om. And we are going to understand and present the grandeur of this exposition. So whatever is in the past, present and future, everything is nothing but Om. And that which is beyond space-time causation, that also is Om. Just like in the physical world, we understood everything is nothing but energy. Om is the ultimate reality. Sarvam Hetad Brahma Ayam Atma Brahma Soyam Atma Chatushpat. Oh, this is Brahman, ultimate reality. The self is Brahman. That is, Each one of us, Jivatma, ultimately is Brahman. The self, such as it is having four quarters. What are they? Jagaritasthanah, Bahishpragnaha, Saptangah, एकोनविंशतिमुखः स्थूलभुक्वैश्वानरः प्रथमः पादः. The first quarter is this wakeful world, Jagaritasthana. What character is that? Is Bahishpragna, externalized consciousness. It has got 7 limbs and 19 mukhas, opening from where we grasp the world. That is the first pada, first quarter. Second is Swapnasthanaha, Antapragnaha, Saptangaha, Ekonavimshatimukaha, Praviviktabhuka, Taidasaha, Dvitiyapadaha, Taidasa. That is the Swapnasthana, our dream world. Wakeful world, the dream world. What are the difference? It is internal consciousness, dream consciousness. Wakeful world, wakeful consciousness. That also has the same 7 limbs, 29 modes from where we grasp the world. Third, Yatra Suptaha Nakanchana Kamam Kamayate Nakanchana Swapnam Pashyate Tat Sushuptam Sushupthasthanaha Yekibhutaha Prajnanaghanaha Yevanandamayaha Anandabhuk Chetomukaha Pragnaha Trutiyapadaha. It's the third quarter. That is deep sleep. Deep sleep where you are not having dreams. It is not a state of wakefulness. It is not a state of dream world. And that is Sushupti. So, Jagaritasthana, then Swapnasthana, then Sushuptasthana. And what is the speciality here? Ekibhutaha. Now, the differentiations have merged. Dualities have condensed. It is Prajnanaghana, a mass. It's in the potential form. It's Anandamayaha, Anandabhuk. It's a state of Ananda. Chetomkaha. It is the platform from where the wakefulness comes and goes back, from where the dream world comes and goes back. And that is known as Prajna. Vaishwanara, Taidasa, Prajna are the 3 words. Then, Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvajnaha, Eshaha Antaryami, Eshaha Yonihi, Sarvasya Prabhavapyayo, Bhutanam. The Sushupti, which includes all our memory stores. It contains not only our deep sleep, but also all states of Samadhi. Therefore, it is a state of infinite knowledge. Lord from where everything gets created. From Anandamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Annamaya Kosha, everything gets created. Therefore, it is a seed, yoni, from where the whole thing comes up and then goes back. So that is our causal state called Karana Sharira. So Karana Sharira, from there we have the Sukshma Sharira and Sthula Sharira comes and goes. Then Nanta Pragnam Nabahish Pragnam No Bhayata Pragnam Na Pragnana Ghanam Na Pragnam Na Pragnam Adrishyam Avyavaharyam Agrahyam Alakshanam Achintyam Avyapadeshyam Ekatma Pratyayasaram Prapanchopashamam Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Savigneyaha. The fourth is Atma, our self, self of all of us. What is it? There is no Antaprajna. It is not the dream consciousness. It is not the wakeful consciousness. Sometimes Upayata Prajna. Sometimes you are in between dream and the wakefulness. That is also not there. Na Upayata Prajna. And is it Sushupti then? No. No Prajnana Ghanam. So, no Pragnam, no. It is not a state of cognition. It is not a state of non-cognition. Adrishyam, it cannot be seen. Avyavaharyam, it cannot be practically dealt with. Agrahyam, it cannot be conceived. Alakshanam, it has no quality, it is all quality. Achintyam, it cannot be thought of by mind. Avyapadeshyam, it cannot be presented as this is like that. Then Ekatma Pratyayasaram, that is the one that stays all over. And Prapanchopashamam, it is the silence, complete silence, Shanta, peace. It's called Shiva, Shivam. It's called Advaitam. It is the fourth one known as Atma. That has to be realized. That is the fourth state. Then in the next mantra, Soyamatma Madhyaksharam Omkaraha Adhimatram Padamatra Matrascha Padaha Akara Bukaro Makara iti. So that is designated Om. So it is from the viewpoint of the syllable Om. But from the viewpoint of letters, what is it? Akara, Ukara, Makara. The three letters we denote Jagrata, Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. So now it will be described. Jagarita sthanaha Vaishwanaraha Akaraha Adama Matra Apteradimatvat Apnoti Havai Sarvan Kaman Adischa Bhavati Evam Veda. That's a wakeful thing. All that Vaishwanara. That is known as the first letter A. A represents the wakeful word. And what is the speciality? Apteradivatvat apnoti hava. Sarvan kaman adischa bhavati. It is the first one. And It is the one when you do the upasana, you get all desirable things in the world. And it becomes the foremost. Sarvan Kaman Adishcha Bhavati. By performing the Akara Upasana, by understanding this entire wakeful world in its totality, then you can get all your desires fulfilled. That is Jagaratasthana. Next is Swapnasthanastairasaha Ukaraha Dvitiya Matra Utkarshat Ubhayatvat Utkarshati Havai Jnana Santatim Samanascha Bhavate Na Asya Brahmavid Kule Bhavate Ya Evam Veda. The dream consciousness, the state of dream, Saptasthana, that is Taijasa. Jagaradasthana, Vaishwanana. Then Taijasa. And what is the word letter for that? Ukara. Who is the dream consciousness? Dvitiya Matra. So, every Upanishad has a prakriya called method to achieve the ultimate reality. So, here Upanishad is giving the upasana. That is Akara Upasana, Ukara Upasana, Makara Upasana, and so on. When you take Ukara and completely meditate on oo, and in the dream world you are doing that, then what is going to be the result? No? So, in the second letter U, it is the one that brings excellence. Excellence in everything is going to come up, and intermediateness is going to come. And he who knows this knowledge, current knowledge, in his family, nobody will be a dullard. Everybody is going to reach the highest level. So the entire family tree will be blessed with this thing. Asya Brahmavid Korena Bhavati. There is nobody who will not get the realization in their family. So that's the Ukara Upasana. Then we have the third. Sushupthasthanaha Pragnaha Makaraha Trutiya Matra Miterapiterva Vinoti Hava Idam Sarvam Apitischa Bhavate Ya Evam Veda. The third is Makara. Makara is Pragna. Vaishwanara Akara. Taidasa Ukara. Pragna Makara. Ma. So, the sphere of activity is in the deep sleep, Sushupti, and the Samadhi. That is the third letter. Now, because of measuring or because of absorption, it is the third. And anyone who knows can measure all these things. Sarvan apiti. That becomes the place of absorption. So, this is the place where the measurements come into picture. So, Shukti is the one that state helps us to measure things. Then the last one. Amatras chaturthaha avyavaharyaha prapanchopashamaha shivaha Advaita eva munkara Atmaiva Samvishati Atmanatmanam Ya evam Veda. So, the last one has no letter. It is amatra. No? Omkara doesn't have a matra. It is beyond the matras, beyond the letters. Avyavaharyaha. It is a state called Turiya, the fourth one, and it is beyond all conventional dealings, practical things, beyond that. And it is the limit of negation of the phenomenal world. Everything you go on negating, finally what you reach is that ultimate thing. It is the most auspicious. It is a state of infinite bliss, infinite knowledge, infinite freedom, infinite bliss. That is our original state. Iti Mandukya-12 samapta. A quick revision. All of us are aware that Vedas are two parts. Uttarmimamsa, Purvamimamsa. This is another classification. Uttarmimamsa is the science of the Vedas. Purvamimamsa is the technology of the Vedas. So, we are talking about the Gnana Kanda called Upasana Kanda. That is Uttarmimamsa. All Upanishad talk about the science of the Vedas. So what are the subjects dealt with in Upanishad? Search for happiness, search for reality. Modern science also is quest for reality. But what science has found over 400 years, we understood about the entire physical world. That everything in the physical world is made out of energy. Why? Everything is made out of molecules. Molecules made of atoms. Atoms made of protons, neutrons, fundamental particles. They are all nothing but quarks, energy. And what are the laws that govern them? Classical mechanics, Newton's laws of motion, and quantum mechanics, Schrödinger equation. So therefore, we know what is the structure of this universe and what are the laws that govern them, the physical world. Just like we study anatomy and physiology. Anatomy talks about the structure of the body, and physiology talks about the functioning of the body, the laws govern them. But yoga spirituality called the Sanatana Dharma, ancient science. The modern science only track physical world. Our ancient science understood whole creation. So it enunciated the structure and laws of the whole creation. What is the structure? The whole creation is made out of chitta. Chitta is the mind. According to Patanjali, everything nothing but chitta. Manomayamidam jagat, as it's often said. In the Prashna Upanishad, another model is given. It's a prana. Pranassedam vashe sarvam tridiveyat pradishthita. The whole creation is made out of prana. Prana and mind are the two models that have been developed in these things. That's what we have understood. What are the laws that govern them? That is the trifold law of the universe. That is Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Everything in the creation is created, sustained for a while, and destroyed. Even in the highest, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, even they have the Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. They are also born. Their lifetime also is 100 years. Brahma's life 100 years. Not our 100 years. What is one day of Brahma is the 4 yugas. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And that 4 forms 1 day of Brahma. And what is Kali Yuga? According to it, 4,32,000 years is Kali Yuga. And double that is the Dwapara, double that is Treta, double that is Satya Yuga. So all that forms the 1 day of Brahma. Then you have the Pralaya, equal. That is the night. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, Had Brahmano Idahu, said. Then that is 1 day. Like that he lives 100 years. After 100 years, the Brahma also will go away. And there will be new Brahma that comes. So that is the law. The law of the creation is Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. That's called Jagat. And it goes on changing and changing and changing. Every day there's change. And that is known as Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. They are the 3 names given to these 3 cosmic forces. That is creation, sustenance, and destruction. So all creation is put it as Brahma, that is Dirgha, that is the Chaturmukha Brahma. He is the creator. And what sustains is Vishnu. And what destroys all cosmic forces are designated as Maheshwara. These are the names of this Trinity. And that which is beyond, which does not change, is Brahman. There are two words in Sanskrit which you have to be always careful. Brahma, Brahma. Dirgha Brahma is the first, that is the creator Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, as it said. Whereas Brahma is the Hraswa, that is the ultimate reality, called Brahman. So Brahman is pure consciousness. It is beyond the Trinity, beyond space, time, causation. It is beyond Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. That is the dimension. So this Jagat is made out of the 5 layers. The entire physical world we have understood is electromagnetic field, and that's called as the Annamaya Kosha. Then much beyond that, much pervasive than that, is the Pranamaya Kosha, called as the bioplasmic field. So the laws are more and more powerful, more and more free. And much beyond that is the astral field or the mind field. They are much bigger than the information field or the intellectual field, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Finally, we have the bliss field. Bliss field is the Karana Sharira. From there, the whole thing comes. All these 5 fields are in continual interaction in the world at large. Individually, each one of us have these 5 bodies, not only the physical body. That is the understanding. And what is it made out of? All this Jagat is made out of prana or chitta, mind. So, understood, we came to mantra 5. Mantra 5, understood. It is description of Sushupti and the Samadhi. It's a state of unmanifest called Avyakta. In Jagrat and Swapna, we are all in the phase of differentiation. I am different from you. You are different from her. There is the Tripati called trifold process. Cognition is taking place. The seer, seen, and the process of seeing. Now I am there, I am speaking about this thing and the subject of my talk. You are taking food, you are there, food is there, eating is there. So in all of our transaction, there is the threefold thing called as the Tripati. And in Tripati, both in Jagrat and also Swapna, Tripati is there. But when the two things come together, become one, then it becomes Avyakta. That is Sushupti. In Sushupti, there are 2 dimensions. One is the deep sleep into which we go, and that which is beyond this thing, that is Samadhi. In Sushupti, what happens? There is no desiring of the external object, no wakeful world. There is no dreaming, no Swapna. It's a unified, frozen consciousness. And that's known as the Avyakta, or known as the unmanifest. And that is the Nidra and the memory store. So, this is bliss embodied. That's why it is called Anandamaya Kosha. It is the causal state. And that's called Prajna, we have seen. So, we have now the electroencephalography to measure what is happening in different phases. And EEG, you put in the brain, in the head you put that things and it will track what type of waves you get. So, when you are awake and we are active, what happens? The things that you can see first, they are all fast waves, bigger things. Then you have concentration. Your mind is fully concentrating. Now you are concentrating in understanding. So your brain waves will be like this. That is the gamma waves. That is higher frequency. Then you relax, calm down your mind. You go to meditation. Then you have the alpha waves. Then you go to deep sleep, very deep sleep. Then you go to delta waves. That is very slow waves and high amplitude waves. Then in the theta waves, dealing and super landing, healing and other things happen. So this is what we have found in modern science. So that's about this Sushupti. The fifth, it's said. And in the mantra 6, we started saying, Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvagnaha, Esha Antaryami, Esha Yonihi, Sarvasya Prabhavapyayohi Bhutanam. It is said. So, what happens here? The beta waves, which is linear, you are seeing. From there, you calm down the mind, alpha waves. Then concentration, theta waves. Then the delta waves in deep sleep. And genius, brain waves. Sarveshwaraha, Sarvagnaha. So in the state of samadhi, you become very brilliant and you become a genius. You understand everything. Brain waves are different. That is 40 to 200 cycles per second. Then you go to deep samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. Then you go into epsilon waves, that is below 0.5 hertz. This is what we have been able to find in this thing. So, in modern polysomnography, sleep research equipment, which features the electroencephalogram, EEG. This is the complete summary. So, very, very deep samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. Then it is very slow waves. That is 0 to 1 hertz, 1 cycle per second. Then deep sleep, they have wonderful ananda there. That is 1 to 4 hertz. Then you come to the theta waves. Then in the wakeful world, you have the alpha waves, 8 to 12 hertz. Then the beta waves, going deeper and deeper. Then gamma waves. Then you speed up the mind. You are speeding up the mind, faster mind, quicker mind, brilliant mind, creative mind, all increasing. The gamma waves. And the genius. People who go to high level of samadhi, they have the most brilliant thing. They have the lambda wave. That is 100 to 200 hertz. So samadhi are two types. One is the sampragnata and another is asampragnata. That means you speed up the mind, faster mind, go to very, very deep, fastest mind. There your brain waves are very, very high, lambda waves. Other thing is calm down the mind, silence, very deep silence, completely. That is the nirvikalpa, asampragnata, samadhi. So epsilon waves and lambda waves represent the samadhi. They are all in the phase of sushupti. Having said that, the seventh is beyond. Nanta pragnam na bahispragnam, no bhayata pragnam na pragnana gharam na praglam na praglam. That is the original state of our lives. That is pure consciousness. It is beyond Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. It is not dream consciousness, it is not wakeful consciousness, it is not sleep consciousness. Sushupti is not absence of thoughts. Patani makes it very clear. It is abhava pratyaya alambana vrittihi nidra. Nidra or deep sleep is not absence of thoughts, absence of mind. The mind has frozen into potential form. Therefore, the mind has frozen itself into indifferentiated absolute, into the sushupti. Then you go deeper, then you have the samadhi dimension. With that, we come to the pada, matra, matrastha pada. Soyamatmadhaksharam onkaraha adhimatram pada matra patra chapada akara bukaro makara iti. The three states of our lives have been designated by A, U and Ma. As said, every Upanishad gives us a technique, one technique or more techniques to grow ourselves and to reach the highest heights. So, the Mandukya-12 gives what is called the Omkara Upasana, Trimatra Upasana. So, A, U, Ma. That which is beyond is Turiya, that is the Om. Om is Amatra. So, Akara, Upasana, is to understand everything about the wakeful world. Jagaritastano Vaishwanaraha akaraha prathama matra apteradimatvat apnoti havai sarvan kamanadischa bhavati evam veda. Said. So the wakeful word, you understand everything about the wakeful thing. Prakriyas are called sadhana. Upasana on different matras and the results have been brought forth here. So, in this Jagarita Sthana, Vaishwanara Upasana, Akara, you take and you have a picture of Vaishwanara, huge picture of that. That's the first. It is the pervasiveness. So, your mind is continuously in tune with the Jagarita Sthana, the Vaishwanara. That means, in the last phase of a DRT, what you do, you tune your mind to vast, infinite blue sky. You know, so you go on watching the sky continuously, Vaishpragna, and repeat inside, ah, 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 ah. As Patanjali said, you know, Ananta Samapatti, or represent Ananta, Anantata. Samapatti means you merge with that. The knower of Vaishwanara, or the total secrets of Jagrat, gets all the desires becoming the foremost. That is the thing that's talked about here. So what is the culmination of Akara Upasana? No? Money, power, name, fame, wife, children, Ananda. All earthly desires get fulfilled, it is said. So that is the result of Akara Upasana, Vaishwanara Upasana. Therefore, people who want all the wonderful things in the physical world, you know, they want money, they want power, they all want name, fame, wife, children, and beautiful families, everything. So they take to Vaishwanara Upasana. You know. That is the prakriya that has been mentioned. Jagrata Upasana on Akara Upasana. So how to do the Upasana? You know. So you go there and go on watching the sky. And in the mind, go on repeating, and go on watching the sky. Closing the eyes, keep the same picture of Akasha, Anantata. All pervasive thing that you have to do that. The mind becoming silent, expanded continuously. And when you go on doing it continuously, slowly the mind is going to come down. Tremendous amount of happiness and other things come. I remember we had one of the persons who came from England, from London, and he came to Jindal and they said, I don't want to do these things. So somebody said, why don't you come here to Prashanti? He came here. And on that day, I was talking about the Ananda Mimamsa. How your mind expands and you go there, you get the Ananda. You get all your desires fulfilled. Then he came for a day. He asked our coordinator, just like we have Padma Shri, there is another Gita who was there. Gita, can I stay for one more day? Okay, stay. Second day, third day, fourth day. He went on staying. And 21 days he stayed here. He was very, very happy. He was going out. Then we had one of the VIPs. He told, you see, you are such a busy man. He was an ambassador from France to UK. And you came here for just a day and you stayed for all these 21 days. What made you stay here? No. He was very humorous, very jocular. He said, see, if you go there, in the last, there is a rock. That written as Swati rock. He said, it is that Swati rock that made me stay here for 21 days, he said. What do you mean? Have you not seen rocks anywhere? No? Then he said, on that rock speciality, if you sit there, you can see the whole sky, beautiful sky, all pervasive sky, back, front, everywhere. And you have beautiful sunrise here, sun setting here. So, What he used to do, after hearing that, he wanted to do this Akara Upasana. No? He went on watching the sky. Inside, feeling the vibration in the lower parts of the body. And morning, after break sunrise, he will go by about 5:36. He will go there, sit there, on watching the sky. Then he will come back, have a little bit of breakfast, again goes there. It's all December. Therefore, it is very pleasant. And up to lunch, he will go. Again come, have a little lunch. And take a little rest, and then go by about 2:30 again, on watching up to the sunset. Then he comes back. In the house also he started doing. This is Upasana. All the day he was doing that. And he said that, you see, my mind was rebelling. What are you doing? Come on, don't be foolish. Come on, go out, you are very busy. Said, no, I have taken a oath. I'm going to test this. I'm going to test Akara, Ananta, and how it is going to give me all the desires that I have to get wonderful happiness, everything. I want to see that. So went on working on that. My willpower made me to stay 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but mind was wandering. Gradually after 5, 6 days, 8 days, my mind started becoming more and more concentrated. Ekagrata started coming. I could watch for more and more time and started understanding deeper and deeper dimensions, and went on and on. By the second weekend, my mind was getting calm, quiet, and I was able to watch the sky continuously, and staying there, and on the 20th day, I had a tremendous explosion as if inside, and I was lost. I don't know how the time passed. Morning I was sat, already it was evening. Then he said, I had such fantastic bliss, such wonderful things. I wanted happiness in my life more and more. He said, see, fortunately, I was born in a very rich family with a silver spoon in my mouth. And I had wonderful education. I was the most brilliant. I topped the list. Then my parents made me to get married to most beautiful woman in Paris. She is a great dancer, very well known. And we had wonderful family life, and we have 2 children. They are so beautiful. They are so brilliant. And then I was posted as ambassador to London from France. So you could imagine how much of happiness I would have got. But the happiness that I got here, compared to that, is less than. Our happiness here was 10,000 times more than the best happiness I got in my life. I got all my earthly desires got fulfilled. That I got wonderful happiness. This is the result of the Upasana, Akara Upasana, Ananta Samapatti. Therefore, Patanjali emphasizes you must do Ananta Samapatti. It has at the dimension. With that, go to the mantra 10. Swapnasthanastaijasaha ukaro dvitiya matra utkarshat bhayatvat utkarshati havai jnana santatim samanascha bhavati nasya brahmavid kule bhavati yayevam veda. So, now the second quarter is Ukara. That is Swapnasthana. Right there. Charge out agita. So Taijasa. So here you do the Upasana on U. Akara is the lower frequency. Ukara is the middle frequency. When you do that, you must feel the vibration in the middle parts of the body, up to here. Akara below the nabi, the lower frequency. Bakara is the higher frequency in the head region. So it is now the Taijasa. First is Vaishwanara. Now it is the Tejasa. Taijasa is full of brilliance, effulgence. So Surya Bhagavan. So Surya, Upasana and the Surya. Who represents the Taijasa, that is the presiding deity of the dream world. Now it is the Sukshma Sharira. And in the Sukshma Sharira, you have got Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. All the three koshas are included in that. And the governing deity for that is the Taijasa. Taijasa is effulgence. Surya Bhagavan is the manifestation of the Taijasa. And Surya gives all the energy, brightness, effulgence to the whole universe. So, in the Vaishwanara, you were tuned with the sky, Ananta. But here, now we are going to work on the energy, on excellence. This is the intermediateness. And when you do the Upasana continuously, continue on doing these things, then it not only increases his knowledge and promotes the lineage of knowledge. None without Brahmajnana is born in the family, it is said. So, you represent Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. So, Vyashti to Samashti through Samadhis. It increases his knowledge and promotes the lineage of him. It is a state of excellence. And as most of you know, Aditya Hridaya Shloka is very, very important. Sri Rama was to fight with Ravana. And he had all the powers by himself. But his guru told, you do Aditya Upasana. So you go in the morning, sat in front of the ocean and started doing Aditya Hridaya. I was wondering why Sri Rama should do Upasana Surya, Aditya, for the question that was rising there. So it is said that Aditya will give you excellence. It brings you all the energy. Ravana is an embodiment of all power. He had such boons. He did such great tapas. He is invincible. He had Brahmastra, Narayanastra, Pashupatastra, everything he had. He had complete control over the nature. He has such power that he will tell Surya, son, tomorrow, today I am feeling a little sleepy, I will get up little late. Therefore, you also get up late. Don't rise at 6:30, rise at 7. Surya should do that. Whole Lanka was burnt by Hanuman. And he called the Kubera, architect. By tomorrow morning, Lanka should be rebuilt much grander than what it was. Come on, do that. He had such power, such fantastic powers. And how to conquer Ravana. Sri Rama also had all the Namasarana, the Pashupatastra. But this thing. So his guru was star. He says, Agastya Mahamuni says that you worship Surya Bhagavan. That is the Taijasa, Tejas Upasana. So he sat there and continuously, went on doing the Aditya Upasana, Aditya Hridaya Shloka. Went on doing that mantra. And when he started doing, he went into that Samadhi and gets that entire power. of the Aditya. Aditya blesses him. But how to go there to Sri Lanka? He was requesting Samudra, the ocean, please give us a way for doing these things. But the ocean, Samudra Raja, was not giving the necessary way. Then 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. And if he doesn't give the way, how we are going to go there? So that was the thing, concern. Everybody was concerned. Then when Samudra Raja was not giving way, then Sri Rama rises all his power and comes out with the power that he has got. And if you don't give the way, I'm going to completely dry up the whole ocean. He takes the Dhanush. And then Samudra Raja comes, does that, okay, please go. I will allow your bridge to be made. This is the power that they get. The knowledge and the power comes up. Then the Pranamaya Kosha has the power that comes. Much higher is the Manomaya Kosha power. Vijnanamaya Kosha power is much higher. All this come under the Ukara Upasana. That is the Taijasa Upasana. Therefore, what you do is and keep the wonderful picture of Surya Bhagavan and the effulgent thing on doing it continuously and treating that. Just like in Akara Upasana, we have the Ananta Samapati. So, Ukara, you go on doing that. More and more energy, more and more energy, more and more energy. And you become one with that energy. This is the one that we started working in our MSRT and started using for the cancer patients. As you know, the cancer patients have the cancer cells are not powerful invaders from outside. They are not viruses from outside. They are not infected germs from outside. Cancer cells are all born within our body. As I said, in a day, 1 billion cells are created. But maybe a few thousands may be created as naughty children. They don't follow. These naughty children are known as cancer cells. They don't want to follow any law. The law of the cell is Srishti Sthiti Laya. This says, no, we don't follow this thing. We want to be immortal. We don't want to die. Therefore, our immune system knows that these are very hazardous. These naughty children can create havoc. So gobble them up. Just like millions of cells who come from outside, our defense system is so strong, it will gobble them up. Similarly, cancer cells are also gobbled up. But if immune system gets into a wrong knowledge, known as Vipareya, what is wrong knowledge? Immune system has a wonderful capacity to find out who is a friend, who is an enemy. These germs coming from outside are all enemies. I have to finish them. These cancer cells are also enemy. You have to finish them. This is the thing that has. What is good, what is bad. But somehow the immune system gets a perverted knowledge called as Vipareya. It thinks, oh, these cancer cells are very beautiful. Good children, good children. And they are good friends. Enemies are considered as friends. Therefore, they do not destroy them. So, cancer cells grow. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, they become big. You have the tumor. Then you go to doctors. They will cut open or chemotherapy or radiotherapy. The question is, why does this happen? Why the immune system gets into Vipareya? Wrong knowledge. It is very well known. It is the stress factor. Stress is the immunosuppressant factor. And when you stress up yourself, wrong lifestyle, all vices are doing this thing, then your immune system also gets perverted. And cancer cells come. Therefore, when the cancer patients come, we have to remove that Vipareya in the immune system. Therefore, we give that Ukara Upasana. You have to strengthen your immune system, remove all the stresses. So MSRT we developed and Ukara Upasana, and they go on doing that things. Many of you might have heard there is what is called as spontaneous regression of cancer. Dr. Deepak Chopra, how many have heard? Dr. Deepak Chopra, he wrote a beautiful book on called Quantum Healing. He was a great oncologist and cardiologist in Harvard. And he had to deal with a lot of patients. And many cancer patients are also coming for the hospital. But he found some cancer patients who were declared almost dead. They had chemotherapy, they had radiation therapy, they had surgery, everything. They are spread throughout the body, the cancer, and nothing can be done for them. Only painkillers can be given. Such was the condition. But somehow something happens and they become absolutely normal. Cancer vanishes. This is known as spontaneous regression of cancer. So in the first parts of this book, Quantum Healing, you must all read that. Very interesting. He has given all those cases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and says, how does this happen? Is it a magic? No. It's all because of this samadhi experience. So therefore, we wanted to use this thing for our cancer patient. We got 8 cancer patients who are declared dead, and they were all sent to us by Kidwai Member Institute of Oncology. That chemotherapy, radiation therapy, surgery, everything that spread all over the body, and 8, bone cancer, breast cancer, and leukemia. 8 people came to us. And we started giving this entire knowledge base, and we gave them the Ukara Upasana. And every day, 5 to 7:30, 2.5 hours they were coming. 1 hour of lecture, 1 hour of practice, half an hour of interaction and counseling. All these people started getting wonderfully well. After 15th day, there was a lady who was 36 years old, a maths professor. She also has got this breast cancer spread everywhere. He said, Doctor, or Dr. Nagaratna, I'm feeling so good, so energetic. Can I start going for work? Last 3 years I have not gone to work. Can I go now? Because I'm feeling good. And I said, okay, go. Don't stress again. Work for 2 hours, 3 hours like this and come back and relax. That's what she will do. And she went on doing it and became normal. All these 8 people who were declared dead within 6 months, they lived for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And the lady whom I said, she lived for 40 years. So this is the power of Ukara. It brings excellence. It increases the knowledge and brings all the energy that is needed. Therefore, Ukara Upasana is so wonderful. And the important thing is said is, in their lineage, in their family, nobody will be without that realization. So everybody, their children will get into this line, the spiritual thing, and they started doing the Upasana, they do the sadhana, and they become realized. That is the thing that happens. Therefore, Ukara Upasana is considered to be very, very important. And this Sukshma Sharira is in between Annamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha, between the wakeful word and the Sushupti word. So in Vijnanamaya Kosha, you get all the knowledge, and you have all the great masters in this area, they get. Vijnanamaya Kosha is a state of excellence. Past, present, and future, everything is known for them. So it increases the knowledge and promotes lineage of knowledge. Trikala Gnana, then they get the Ashtasiddhis. Hanuman, greatest spiritual master. So in their lineage, there won't be anybody who do not have the Brahmagnana. It's born in the family. That is the wonderful Upasana you. That is Ukara. With that, we close today's session, and we'll continue that with the mantra 11 and 12 in the next class. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Any questions you may have, you can spend a few minutes before we close the session. You can put it in the chat box also, anybody who want to have this thing. If you have any questions, you can ask. By that time, they can also come. Other people can give their chat box.
Hari Om, Guruji. Thank you for a wonderful session, very enlightening. My question, Gurudev, is I always wanted to understand.
Thank you, Sudarshan. No doubts. Mhm. Good. Vidyate hrudaya grantihi. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. When you go into that sushupti phase, silence phase, you can have no questions. I'm glad that you are going into that phase. Good. Can I get PDF for this thing? Yes, sure. You can get this thing. We will have Dr. Gauri to send you. Complete recording also is available. You can do these things. So, Alok Sharma, thank you. What should be the frequencies of Akara chanting and Ukara chanting? The Akara is the one that brings the vibrations in the lower parts of the body from toes up to the nabi, up to the umbilical cord. When you repeat Akara, loudly when you are doing, you must feel the vibration from toes to the nabi. Then your Akara chanting is effective. That is the lowest frequency. In the lowest frequency, there is going to be resonance in the lower parts of the body. The lower part of the body has the least vibrations, frequency. It varies from person to person, but there is a range of the frequency. And when you do this thing loudly, you get this thing. The same thing you can get when you do Akara in the mind. The mind should produce the same vibrations in the body. That's called mind sound resonance. Akara, you repeat in the mind. In the mind, same way. Take a deep breath. When you do loudly, similar thing in the mind, you do that and feel the vibration. That's how the Upasana will start. Then along with that, you keep the Ananta, that vast infinite sky, which I mentioned. Then similarly, Ukara is from Nabi up to the throat. What do you do? The entire things above the Nabi up to the throat, you start feeling the vibration. That's the middle frequency. The proof that you are doing right is you must feel the vibration. Front, sides, back, everywhere, the whole middle portion of the body should vibrate. It's the middle. And that feeling, resonance comes, then you are doing the Ukara properly and it is going there nicely. That's how you have to do that. Then, is there any difference between higher intellect and intuition? And are they both emerging from Vijnanamaya Kosha? Yes, intuition is a word which is the knowledge that you get by going deep into the samadhi. And Patanjali gives different upasanas, different sayamas to get a different knowledge, different powers, and so on. Complete Vibhuti-pada talks about that thing. So here you get the knowledge when you touch that silence. When you just go and then touch that silence, a blissful thing, then automatically you get new knowledge. And that is often called as intuition. Intuition normally comes automatically by our previous janma samskaras. Whereas by sadhana, when you do, going deeper and deeper, you get that knowledge. When you go to that Vijnanamaya Kosha, you get that knowledge. And the knowledge of the past, present, and future, everything is obtained in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And that is much higher state than intuition. Intuition is in the border level, between Manomaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha. You start getting the knowledge dimension that comes up. That's how we can conceive that. People have any other question? Yes. You can come nearer. I can't hear. Everybody can hear also. Want to take.
Thank you for explaining the and the Ukara, and that you need to, focus on the sun god for Ukara and the sky for Can you similarly tell us for the
Mind. Huh?
For the Kara, like when we say so what do we focus on?
So initially you are focusing, you are doing dhyana on the Akasha, then the Surya, that is for the energy, excellence, and knowledge and all others. Then later on, Mandukya is going to tell you how you go on to the next level, Makara and the Amatra. All these things, you have to do this thing. So you go systematically one by one, one by one. Ultimately, when you go to the Omkara, then you have the highest thing that comes. That's how you have to grow. Initially, we start with Akara because we all have desires and we want to fulfill our desires. The desires are meant to get our happiness, more and more happiness. Then you go into more and more energy, more and more excellence and developments, and this thing going to the higher heights, all these things, fathoming the higher laws of these things. And this way, the thing, different upasanas are given. Somebody else had a question? Okay, that there are no questions. We'll close as usual with the Shanti Mantra once again. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all.